As we now know, Caliban Prime Access will be ending on the 10th of December, meaning it's just the Prime Access that will be ending. And the Prime Access is basically the Sandana. Well, yeah. And the Operator outfit and the Drifter outfit. The rest of it, the Vidoria and the Vento, being the scythe in his hand, they will remain in game, so there's no real need to panic. This is, of course, making way for Gyre's Prime Access that... Did they actually show... They kind of did. The Sandana that will be coming with her, because there is the Sandana and the Vanda Prime Armor, which you can barely see, but it is the pieces on the shoulder, the chest plate, and, well, it's hard to see the leg plate because she is covered in gold stuff. More importantly comes the Kestrel Prime, and for some reason, the missing image of the Ultinox Prime, which I'm now realizing she doesn't hold in any of these, so let's just show her in game, shall we? I would go into the fact that the stats for the Kestrel Prime and the Ultinox Prime are subject to change, but seeing as they have dated this update and Gyre Prime's arrival on the 10th of December, these stats are probably fixed, so we're not going to concentrate too much on them other than the Ultinox Prime, little bit of a base crit chance buff, so that could be good, but the Kestrel Prime, yeah, it's going to be a huge upgrade over the base version, so kind of really looking forward to it. Whereas, well, the Harkonnen Wraith does exist. And Gyre Prime herself does look like she actually does look pretty good. Yes, there's lots of different colours you can set her, and they tend to alt through them quite often, but Gyre was an amazing frame when she turned up, and Prime version should be even better. Whether her stats have been buffed massively or not, basically sprint speed's going to be increased on her, which is going to help a lot for running around big open areas, but the rest of it, she's just going to be a much better version of an already kind of amazing frame. And even though I kind of did a similar thing last week, we actually have the dates for these and can actually show more in-game footage, which we just didn't have because they just... I'm still a little bit upset with the fact that they turned around and said they announced this but haven't shown anything. Like, they announced Caliban Prime was ending but didn't give an end page or anything else for this in the slightest. And for the record, Caliban Prime Access page still doesn't actually say that this is ending, just says bye now and what's coming in it. But it does have this at the bottom. More on that in a minute. With Gyre Prime's arrival in the Old Peace update on the 10th of December, it is going to be hugely possible that Gyre's going to be buried in amongst everything else that is coming in this update. I kind of wish they had have released her a week earlier. Even a week later would have been better than where they are releasing her because, well, Uriel, his signature weapons, which is technically one that fits into 2 slots, 2 different huge game modes, a quest, the focus tree, it's not really a rework, it's an expansion, and the ultimates for the focus tree, and everything else that's going to be in there. It's all going to kind of bury a frame from 3 years ago, who has now been primed. And it's a damn shame because, well, I really want to go after Gyre before Uriel. Uriel's going to be at the bottom of the Dissension, or during the Dissension, you get his parts by doing it. Gyre, probably going to be easier to get a hold of than the new frame. Same with the weapons. So may farm these, so can be leveling them when farming the new stuff. Which just kind of makes the most sense in my opinion. Which way you do this is completely up to you, but just don't forget, inside of everything that is coming, the new quest, new frame, new weapons, because you know for a fact they're going to release this update with more than just one weapon. There's going to be a hidden weapon somewhere. There's got to be. I'm crossing my fingers and hoping there is somewhere. Otherwise, this update's adding one new weapon. That being said, they did release an update in March that added 17 new weapons at once. Which is why one weapon seems kind of like there might be something secret they're not really telling me. But that's besides the point. We're more on that later. My biggest problem with this is, yeah, you probably guess where this is going. When Gyre Prime Access launches, somebody will enter the Prime Vault. And after reading through this several times, Digital Extreme have done it again. They have not mentioned that in little over a week, Gauss Prime, the Aceltra Prime, and the Icarius Prime, it's the Icarius I always forget the name of, their relics will be entering the Prime Vault. Unlike Caliban, who is just ending his Prime Access, his relics will remain in game. Gyre will have new relics added. Gauss, the Aceltra, and the Icarius Primes will have their relics removed from the game. If you have them, you can still open them. It's just new ones will no longer be on the drop table, so they will not be obtainable. Cannot stress this one enough. If you are busy farming for Gauss Prime, or the Aceltra Prime, or the Icarius Prime, farm the relics for the next week. Don't crack them open yet. Get as many as you can while you can. Which is what it's kind of meant to say, like they finally did for calibans, but have decided not to do for Gyre Prime yet again. So they are not going to announce that Gauss Prime will be entering the Prime Vault until December 10th, once he's already gone and it's too late to farm his relics. This, I had hope back in August they were going to start doing this when they did it on calibans about a day or two before he actually entered the vault. Apparently not. They're just not going to mention who is being vaulted anymore. And yes, I know, I say this every single time. It doesn't affect me. I don't get annoyed at this because of me. I get annoyed of this because the amount of people who are farming these things that suddenly can't get them because they are just gone with zero notice. It's something they never used to do that they just decided, well, we don't need to tell people about the Prime Vault, so we're not. So I will. It's a damn shame because Gauss Prime is in quite a good frame actually. Unless they're not doing a Prime Vaulting, that is also possible, but we'll have to just wait and see. But either way, Gyre Prime looks absolutely amazing. I cannot wait for this update coming out. I mean, I have to, but oh, it's going to be a fun week. It really is. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.